So we have learned how to draw a pie chart and a donut chart. I have told you that we should avoid pie charts and donut charts. Let me further my point in this video. So here's a 3D pie chart showing the market share of 4 different suppliers. My question to you is, can you identify which is the biggest supplier from this graph? So most people say that supplier B is the biggest one, which is this one. And if you have to estimate the proportion of market share of this supplier, probably 40%, 35% or something like that. So that's the point I'm trying to make. First, it is very difficult to find out which is the biggest supplier, and secondly, it is very difficult to find out what is the actual contribution of each supplier by just looking at the size of each slice of the pie. Let me show you the better way of drawing this graph. Do you notice the difference? The same information which we depicted using that pie chart is depicted here, and it is very clear and efficient. You can see that supplier A is actually the biggest supplier instead of supplier B. When you look at this 3D version of a pie chart, one of the issues in a 3D version is to make it look 3D, this part is made smaller to make it look farther. In fact, this slice of the pie is larger than this slice of the pie. Also, maybe by using data labels you could identify which is bigger, but this bar chart is making it very easy for our eyes to compare the endpoints. So it is making it helpful to not just find out which segment is the largest, but also how incrementally larger each segment is from the other. So whenever you are thinking of creating a pie chart, take a pause and ask yourself why. Always draw a bar chart along with a pie chart and compare which one of these is conveying your message more clearly. I am pretty sure that always a bar chart is the graph to go with, and you will not lose any information while transforming a pie chart into a bar chart. The second graph that we learned was a donut chart, and this is another chart that you should not use. So as I told you that it is difficult for our eyes to compare these angular distances in a pie chart. Similarly, in this donut chart, it is difficult for our eyes to compare these arc lengths. Moreover, if you have a number of categories or sections in an arc, it makes it even more difficult. If you add another category to this, that will increase the challenge to another level. So just as pie charts, try to avoid donut charts. If you have multiple categories, go with a bar chart with multiple series. So although we have told you how to draw a pie chart and a donut chart, when you have the option of drawing one, try to avoid it and draw a bar chart. If you are given a pie chart and a donut chart and you have to take a decision based on it, take extra caution and look at the data so that you are clear which category is contributing how much.